I'm gonna be honest. Throughout the whole entire book, I was low-key waiting and hoping for a third act breakup. Sue me. Sue me. That's kind of that's where I was at. It's 3 months into the year and I've only read one book so far. And this is the book that I have read. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of disappointed by it. I want to say I still finished the book. I still think it's a great read. I hate coming on here and like slamming books or slamming authors because at the end of the day, they put in a lot of work in it. I'm just one person. I'm just one reader. You know, my trash is another person's treasure. And not saying this is trash. Oh my God, no. I don't ever want to come on here and act entitled into thinking that every author needs to write for my specifications and for what I like, because that's just not the case. And that's never going to happen. That being said, I was kind of disappointed by this book. And there's about 6 reasons why. Number 1, I was very lost in the first 100 pages. And now, to be fair, I did not reread Fourth Wing or Iron Flame before reading this book, so the reason number 1 is probably very much fully on me. Number 2, for some reason, Violet and Xaden just didn't feel the same in this book. And I feel like we really missed out on the chunk of time from right when Iron Flame ended to where Onyx Storm began. I was really looking forward to and seeing how Xaden's and Violet's first interaction went after he became Venom, full interaction, and the immediate days following that, what's happened, what's the update, and instead we were just kind of thrown into that period of time, and it felt kind of disorienting and confusing that way. So I wasn't a huge fan of how we missed that gap. Number 3, Halden being introduced in this book felt very weird. I understand why he had to be in order to get Eric to come forward and be more of the royal person that they needed in order to access their potential allies and stuff and resources. But Halden himself just kind of felt weird being there. And again, I don't know if this is because I don't recall the first 2 books that well, and so I don't fully remember Halden being called or identified as Violet's first love, but I had kind of forgotten / didn't know that they were first loves together. And so when the part of the book came by where Violet had to put the first love in the code, obviously it ended up being the dragon, but when that first part came up and everyone was like, oh, Halden, I was like, oh, I was thinking Ados, because I fully thought Dane was her first love. So that felt a little bit forced and a little bit weird, but again, could be down to me just not having read and remembering the first 2 books very well. 4th, I was very disappointed with Andarna, especially Andarna just up and leaving so quickly to go be with the Arids. That felt really, really strange and out of character for her. And then how she came back at the end very conveniently also felt just tying things nice up in a bow. And I think that part will probably be something that makes more sense in the 4th book. That maybe this book has a bunch of Easter eggs and a bunch of things that after we read the 4th book, they'll all start to make sense why everything was laid out and happened the way it did in this book. But as of right now, that felt so unnecessary and so almost just causing Violet pain for the sake of causing Violet pain. Just felt very odd. 5th, I was really hoping to see more progress in this book with Xaden being a Venom. One way or the other, whether he was gonna heal himself and find a cure, or if he was gonna go all in. I wanted some progress to be made there. And granted, we did get a little bit, but by and large, Xaden felt like he was just stagnant the whole entire book. And then, 6th and final foremost, kind of connected to Xaden being stagnant. The very end, I hated how the book ended. It felt such a 180 from how Xaden's behaving. I don't know what Xaden's thought processes are. I can't think of any circumstance in which Violet would ask Imogen to erase her mind and her memories. And what happened in those 12 hours? It just felt so random and so weird. And it almost was kind of disappointing that they were married at the end and that's what happened. This may be something that is better tied up in the 4th book that hopefully comes next year or whenever. But as of right now, I was very, very disappointed reading this book. I still love the series. Xaden is still Shadow Daddy, but I need something more to get this back up in my ranks. Let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know also if the majority of these issues is just on me because I didn't read the first 2 books. It's entirely possible, but let me know what you thought down below.